If you won the lottery tomorrow, what would you change? Not what would you buy, not what would you buy, what would you change? Would you move? Would you get in a new relationship? Would you just leave everybody and be like, fuck it, I'm out? Welcome to Man Enough, where we talk about truth, growth, and peace over ego. Let's talk about how many times have you had that thought? How many times have you had that conversation with your people like, if I win the lottery, I'm out. The more I thought about it, I'm like, it ain't even really a conversation about money, right? The first things I think about, I be thinking about my fam. I'm like, yo, like I would get like a compound. That's the older me, right? You know what I'm saying? That's the older me. Of course, when I was younger, thinking about the lottery, I'm like, yo, I want to get my mama a crib. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's the first thing. I'm getting my mama a crib, get my pops a crib, like get my sister a crib. That's how I think about the compound. You feel me? It's like, that's crazy, right? But like, would you leave your relationship? Like, would you leave your job? Like, what would you do? Like, what would you do? What would you change the fastest? Like, if you would leave your relationship because you got some bread, why are you even there now in the first place? The little people will do a lot of things for some bread. Like, if you got $1 million, would you slap your mama like, yo, and the next thing you know, it's a meme with they mama getting slapped. It's crazy work. You know, what's keeping you there now if you would leave your relationship for some bread? Interesting question. The money don't create the truth. It just revealed it. If you would quit your job tomorrow, what you doing there today? Like, what's keeping you there today? That's the thing that I like to go ahead and do a deep dive in, right? It's like, if the money was no object, what would you choose? Who would you choose? You know what I'm saying? Like, if that money was no object you got tomorrow, would you be living this life that you living today? Fam, for real. Or is it, I can't wait to get iced out. I'm getting earrings like Allen Iverson, fool. Like, what is your thought process now? You know what I'm saying? Like, another thing that's crazy is, like, you know how when people be like, God did the right thing, well, he ain't give me no money. Why do we say that? Like, why do we say that? What you gonna do with the bread? You gonna act a donkey? Like, then that's what's really inside you already, fam. Money just don't change people, fam. You know what I'm saying? You was already like that. The shit just gets revealed. You know what I'm saying? I used to think about a bad broad and all the cars, and you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't even think like that no more. Like, what's the point? Like, that's what I think. Like, what is the point now? You know what I mean? Like, what is it that you want to attain with a gang of money? Like, what is it that you really want? Comfort level? What's the comfort level? What's your comfort level with winning the lottery, my nigga? Like, for real. Because look at how many people sell their soul for some bread. For real. For real. People say they wouldn't do what I wouldn't do, I wouldn't do. You don't know. You don't know. But it's like the shit that when people, hey, more money, more problems. Please, let me try. Let me try. Let me try. Like, for real, let me try. Those are the things where it's like, if fear disappeared, what would you choose? Who would you choose? It's like you hear people talking about, and we'll have these conversations about winning the lottery and man, if I won a lottery, I would do X, Y, Z. But there's a lot of people talking all this shit and don't never play. You can't win if you don't play. You can't win if you don't play, right? So all this talk about what you would do, you ain't even put your money down to play. You ain't even in the game, coach. Put you in, you ain't got no jersey. Like, Man, what is your number? What is the number in the lottery? Like, and how funky would you get? Would your attitude change? People say that all the time. Like, would your attitude change? You think your attitude would change with all this bread? And the thing that you hear most is other people change. I didn't change. I got some money and everybody else changed. But thought, if you won the lottery, what would you do? What would you change? What would you change? I swear, fam. It ain't really much. For me personally, like I said, I used to think about cars, women, and jewelry. Like all the starter kit, the rapper starter kit. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? What it looked like to be accepted. What, you know, the flashy everything. But I ain't even worth it for me no more, man. Ain't even worth it for me. 52, I could, man. Man, no, I'm good. I'm so good, fam. What about y'all? Like, what would you do? Like, really, what would you do? And when we sit around, you sit around and say, what would you buy first? That ain't the thought. What would you change? That is the question. What would you change? Maybe the real blessing is finding out before you win. The real blessing is figuring it out before you win. Maybe that's the real blessing. Cause if your answer, if I ask you, what would you change if you won the lottery, and your answer is everything, what does that say about how you living today? You feel me? It's just a visual diary of a man becoming whole, man. You know how I get down. The rabbit hole thoughts. Cause I done sat down and thought about it. I done thought about it, you know what I'm saying, like several times. You know what I mean? The numbers, like picking the numbers. I done thought about it a lot. Like, but my main thing now was really just like a compound. Like Boosie, compound. All my family in one little compound, and I'm saying a compound like one little, like a big compound. You know what I'm saying? Some acres where everybody got their own little situation. You could really have 6 to 8 cribs. You know what I'm saying? Like, I could see it. I'm looking out like I could see it now. Like that would be, you know what I mean? That would be me. My kids, compound. Man, that would be so dope. Anyway, here I go down the rabbit hole again, man. That's what I'm on. What about you? Leave me something in the comments. What would you do if you won the lottery? This is Man Enough. Till the next time.